What's good, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll, here to give you guys the best trolling content YouTube has to offer. We're back on the late night. Took a couple of days off, but for good reason. So with that said, shout out to the Reject Army, the Nif-Nons, the dishwashers, the bedwetters, the defectors of the Black Order, all that other nonsense. But we got a whole lot of stuff to talk about tonight. We got a whole lot to talk about tonight. We got to talk about the thoughty therapist. We got to talk about Rachel Richards and her accusations of the N-word. We got to talk GMT officiating, GMT racing. Then we're going to talk about Tyrese. And if we get the support on the late night, and if we're having a good show, I will open up the panel. Let's see who we got in the building. We got JR. He's first in the building. Maurice Delk says, "Where the white man? Where the white women at?" Will Clinton says, "David Shaw looking for you." What up, Brian Will? He's the first person without a wrench, so he gets the moderator of the day. Oh, that's why I can't give. I'm in the wrong account, so I can't even mod him from this computer. Give me 1 second. Oh, they gotta play another ad real quick. It's a 15-second ad on the backup computer. That's my fault. Let's see what else we got in the chat. We got Big Marcus in the chat. Jalen Lorenzo in the chat. Okay, now I should be able to give Brian Will a moderator since we're in the right account. So what we got on this? We gotta talk about the thotty therapist. Also support the show. The support has been waning. So since the support has been waning, I've been focused in on other avenues. You guys gotta check me out. Where did my picks go? My picks just went away. My picks just went away for some reason. Where did my pictures go? Come on, OBS, you are killing me right now. OBS, you are killing me right now. Let's see if we can add a file. Where are those files at? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Bear with a brother real quick. Had this all set up and now they wanna act like they don't wanna show my pictures for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. It adds one, so let's see if I could take the other one away, because it will go back to black for whatever reason. Okay, there we go. Subscribe to the Grandmaster Troll Officiating channel. There we go. I don't understand why people aren't subscribing to the Grandmaster Troll Officiating channel. And then we had dropped some good content. It's football season. Just had the first week of high school football. At least college is coming up, so you're gonna want to check out that channel. And we're back. We're putting content up on the Grandmaster Racing channel, so you need to go subscribe to them channels. I don't know why I put a promo to the GMT Racing channel. We got 260 views, but 260 people didn't go to those channels. I guess they prefer me, doxing, talking about black women all day, talking about black dysfunction. I mean, they love that content, but when you try to do something positive, you try to do something creative, you try to do real content, your own people won't support you. And I'm counting on Reject Army to support GMT officiating, to support GMT racing, to watch a couple of videos, leave a couple of comments. I'm counting on it right now. Let's see what we got in the chat. JR says, I'm the only one that spams the cash apps. These other clowns are worthless. Lorenzo says, I'm surprised you didn't play no music to start off the show. So the reason why I didn't play, well, there was a couple of reasons I don't play music. Because one, since y'all Negroes ain't supporting, I gotta depend on the AdSense money. If y'all would support, I'll play some of Tyrese's songs. I'll play a couple of songs. But since the people ain't supporting, I can't play copywritten music. Now, I would have opened up with my non-copywritten music, but I put all that stuff on my terabyte. And my terabyte isn't plugged in, so I wasn't able to do that. Will Clinton was over there. He left a comment on the video, so Will Clinton does support. So I would do live streams for Will Clinton because he does go over and support. If you can give $1, at least subscribe to our brother and leave a content. Let him know that he's watching that content because it'll motivate me to create that content. So go over there and subscribe to those channels. It's gonna be a while before I get on the GMT stocks because I definitely know y'all ain't gonna support that content, and I'll be wasting all them hours trying to edit videos doing content on that channel. I could just watch the stock information and keep that information for myself. But we gotta talk about the thotty therapist. We gotta talk about the thotty therapist. Y'all seen the thotty therapist? Hold on, I didn't set up my windows real quick. I gotta set up my windows real quick. Give me a second. We're gonna be black for a couple of seconds while I set my windows up. Okay, set this one up as well. Yes, we've got to talk about the thotty therapist. And why am I not showing up on this? Why am I not showing up? What video capture device is active? Give me 1 second. Is it 4? No. 3? No. 2? So it's the regular one. Okay. So when I go to YouTube, video capture, okay, it's not in there, so we're going to add that video capture device. We are building the airplane while we are flying it. Drag this down to the bottom right here. There we go. Take this and relayer it. Bam. Okay, so now we gotta talk about the thotty therapist. You guys know the thotty therapist. No, she was making TikTok videos, talking that shit, talking that trash to you BMs out there, telling y'all you guys need therapists. You guys aren't emotional intelligent, all this other nonsense. And what ended up happening is she ended up getting doxxed by another BW. From what I heard, she got doxxed by a BW. They pulled up her license, find out what state she was working at, found out her employer, and ended up getting her fired from her job. So with that said, let's go ahead and play the clip. We got Jalen says he's got a new mic. Congratulations on Jalen and his new mic, but let's talk about the thotty therapist.
Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist who thought she could save these hoes, but got her job terminated as a result. Story time? I think yes. Shit you not, I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence, and I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment. All of this started with a Psychology Today article stating that men are lonelier than ever because they have no fucking emotional skills. And I agreed and doubled down and told y'all that y'all lives would radically improve if you expanded the shit that came out your mouth. But instead of healing, y'all will do anything but that. Instead of being accountable like, hey, this bitch see me, and stirred a little bit, y'all got so hurt that you contacted massa. That's exactly what happened. So first the post goes viral on Twitter, cause y'all need fucking help. And y'all wanted to argue with bitches blue till they fucking blue in the face. Some of you hoes is not gonna be saved. And that's the conclusion that I've come to. So because this shit's gone viral, I'm thinking, okay, cool, we starting a discussion on mental health, and people are, you might not like my fucking delivery, but motherfuckers is starting to talk, you know? Shaking the tables, I don't give a fuck. But then it turns into this entire crusade of attacking a black woman who serves the fucking black community.
A black woman who serves the black community. Stop the show. See, this is the problem with Negroes and social media and the internet. They don't understand the rules of engagement. See, this is a problem with, the manosphere, the beef sector, the conscious community. They have no skills. They have a mouth and an opinion. So they get on social media with their mouth and opinions. They disrespecting people, calling people out their names. And that creates other people to run their mouths and have their opinions. And you end up creating your own trolls. You create your own haters because you think you can get on social media and talk that shit. You think you can come on YouTube and talk that shit. Not everybody can come on YouTube and talk that shit. Only certain people can. So what happens is these trolls out here, I'm one of them, we will dox you. We will find out where you work. And since we're clout chasing and we got a couple of hours to burn before we go to work or do this, that, and the third, we gonna call your job. We gonna tell massa what you doing on YouTube. And when the doxers, when the trolls call up her job and explain to them what their therapist was doing on YouTube as a licensed professional and how she was representing her practice, let's just say White Zaddy had to call her in the office, sit her down, let her know that her actions, her talking points, and how she was carrying herself was not something that company could stand by and allow, and they had to get her fired. We got NYC Songman says, salute GMT, guilty as charged. I should at least frequent GMT racing, me being a fellow gearhead and all. Well, I don't blame you for following GMT racing because I haven't put any content up there for a whole year. The last time I put up content was like August 27th of 2021. The next time I put up content was August 28, 2022. It's not your fault, NYC Sawman, for not being on the GMT racing channel, because I haven't put up content. I'm gonna do a video explaining why I was gone for a whole year. Where was I? What happened? But we do have a supporter, and we will be putting his name on the #1 spot. That's NYC Song Man coming through on the $20. So what's happening as I'm trying to build these platforms and whatnot, buying all these camera equipment and whatnot. When I buy a new camera, unfortunately, it usually takes the place of another camera. If I buy a new drone, it takes the place of another drone. So we could start, getting massive amounts of support. I could do raffles. I could do giveaways. I could give away a couple of $100 worth of drones, or a couple of $100 worth of cameras, or a couple of $100 worth of camera gear that I don't use, so you guys can use it. Maybe you guys can start your own channels and do whatever you gotta do. I got a bunch of equipment that I no longer use. I can use, I just don't use it because I got better cameras. So that's one thing I want to do. But where was I? We were talking about the thotty therapist who got fired. See, everybody cannot talk that ish. Your girl should have had her own practice, but we know these people, instead of building their own therapist company, getting licensed and starting their own and hiring other therapists under them and having their own practice, they run the white zaddy, and they think that the rules outside, what they do away from the job, is not a reflection on the company. They think it's separate. Unfortunately, when you on YouTube talking like this right here, let's go ahead and roll it.
There were comments like, I'm gonna find her credentials and report her because I told y'all to be better. Yeah, y'all are fucking weird. Y'all scream that y'all want to protect women, protect black women specifically, but have done nothing to protect this black woman who has been serving the communities areas, and I'm gonna outline each one. This article was written by a fucking black woman, putting my full government and my place of employment. So being doxxed by a black woman can't fake, kind of fucking hurts, and she never once reached out to me or contacted me so I could spend my side of the story. This is the article that spooked my fucking job.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You got doxxed by a black woman? Did I hear that? Let's back that up.
Each one. This article was written by a fucking black woman, putting my full government and my place of employment.
She wrote an article. Oh my god, a BW. ABW Sexy Red TV, ABW Creative Solutions, ABW. She the
So being doxxed by a black woman, can't fake, kind of fucking hurts, and she never once reached out to me or contacted me so I could spin my side of the story. This is the article that spooked my fucking job and got me fired. Not only did she not have any regard for my safety, many other articles have been written as a result. Here are a few of them, just to name a few. Black Twitter has words for therapists scolding men to go to fucking therapy. Y'all attacked me and got mad at me because I wanted better for y'all. That's the most crab in the barrel bucket type bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life. A plethora of black men decided to take it upon themselves to call my employment to get me fired. You succeeded, but you succeeded in not the way that you think. If it's one thing about black women is that we're incredibly resilient. This just cleared the table to give me space and opportunity to educate the masses while shaking our asses to healing because y'all got mad because I wanted you to do better.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can they hear me now? How the hell did I get muted? Hold on. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. You should be able to hear me now. How long have I been muted? The JR says it's time to invest in some new headphones too. Your Dollar General ones aren't making. I mean, these headphones, these headphones. You see that right there? That's a Sony headphone, JR. You talk about Dollar General. These are Sony headphones. This is the best headphones I ever bought. I take these headphones wherever I go. These headphones are the best headphones I ever bought, JR. The sound is crisp. And you know when you have the wired headphones, you know the sound usually only comes on left or right ear. I had these headphones for about over a year, and I still haven't had that problem with the wire. We got Brian Will says laptop might have set. I have no idea why it went on mute. I have no idea why it went on mute. But where was I? Where was I? Where was I before I was muted? That's what I want to know. Where was I before I was muted? That's what I want to know. Where was I before I was muted? And somebody tell me, what was the last thing you heard me say before I was muted? That's what I want people to know. Where was I before I was muted? No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay, so a black woman writes an article. She writes an article. Okay, I don't know why is my laptop tripping all of a sudden? Do I gotta restart this? Do I gotta restart this right here? Okay, sound is good, waves is good. Check. I don't know why it keeps freezing every like 2-3 minutes. But a black woman writes an article. She takes out her pen, laptop, gets to typing, writes an article, puts it on the website. Instead of contacting her to get her side of the story, she goes straight to the white man and gets her fired from the job. She gets fired from the job, does a live or TikToks with her chest stuck out, pounding her chest about how she was wrong for being doxxed, and she felt threatened because they put her personal information out in BMs all across the place. Were calling her job to get her fired, and she was big and bold as we have a supporter come in. Let's see, who do we have come in and support? We have John the Analyst. He came through on the Cash App. Salute to John the Analyst for the support. Support the show. Support the show. Morio says, we've only heard the audio from the video you're playing. We haven't heard your commentary. NYC can't remember. He's getting old, but let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. I don't know why he keeps doing that, but let's get back to it because now she's going to apologize for what she said. She was big and bad. Now she's going to apologize. Let's hear what she said.
Black people in general. And for people to call into question saying that I hate black men is asinine to me because black everything matters. Black everything matters. When they see you walking down the street, they don't see a human being. They see what's been perpetuated in society. They see what's been perpetuated in the media, that you're aggressive, that you're violent. But I know that these behaviors that are being exhibited are actually depression and anxiety. And unfortunately, society has taught you that anger and lashing out and fighting back is the only acceptable response. I am pleading that y'all seek help because women are hurting. We want you to be better. But I'm getting attacked. People are calling my employment, asking that I get fired because I want you guys to be better. Again, like I said, I apologize for my delivery. This is a little spicy sometimes. But just know that my anger and my frustration and my passion is coming from a place of needing. I need y'all to heal. I don't need it. Society needs it. You need it. Have enough pride about yourself to want to do better. I understand I might not be the clinician for everyone, but I'm damn good at my job.
Stop the show. Stop the show. So it appears to me from what I heard so far, because there was this talk about she had gotten fired, but from what I heard what she just said, people were calling into her job trying to get her fired. So I am of the mindset, I am of the belief that her boss brought her in, gave her that tongue lashing, white zaddy, waved that finger and said, if you don't change your tone, your attitude on social media, we're going to have no choice to let you go. But we will keep you. We will let you work here because we know you got rent, you got to buy groceries, car insurance, health insurance, dental insurance, gas, you gotta get your weave, you gotta get your manis and patties, you like going out to eat at the finest of restaurants, no, you like wearing Gucci bags and Louis Vuitton and red bottoms. So we need you, thotty therapist. You gotta clean up your image. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta go apologize to the BMs that you so much very disrespected. And now here she is, humble as ever. Humbled as ever, all up there crying, pleading, saying that I'm sorry. Did I just hear a BW say Did I hear a BW say that I'm sorry? It's been a long time since I heard a BW take accountability and say I'm sorry. Is this what we're doing today? Let's get back to it.
I understand I might not be the clinician for anybody, but I've sparked a conversation. I've shook the table. If the words that I'm saying are resonating with you, please go talk to somebody. If there's a gap, fill that gap. Become counselors, become mental health professionals, so we can heal each other, so we can heal ourselves. All that I ask is for men, black men specifically, just to build a greater awareness of yourself. That's all that I ask, because your lives can improve radically as a result. Full transparency, accountability moment. I was a dusty bitch till I fucking went to therapy. I didn't realize that I was in an abusive situation. I didn't realize that I wasn't communicating effectively. I didn't realize all of these things about myself until I went and talked to someone. And I just pray and want that for you. I want you guys to feel seen. I want you guys to feel heard. Because you deserve it. All of us deserve unconditional positive regard. And I may not have shown that in the video because it's the internet. But when it comes to session, I am open. I provide a therapeutic, non-judgmental space because that's what the fuck we deserve. Because the society is not kind to us. It never has been. So we have to create that inner peace, and in order for you to do that, you have to be able to express things that you have been through. You have to expand your emotional vocabulary. You have to want it for you. You may not like what I say, and you may not even like me, and that's fine, because you don't know me on a personal level. I get that. But I just want you guys to know that I'm not going to stop talking about these issues. I'm not going to stop talking about healing. I'm not going to stop talking about the betterment of black people because it's me. I am a black person who endures the struggles and the tribulations that black people endure.
Now they gonna put the struggle. The struggle. You know what your people have went through, your people they were with. An old girl right here is gonna use that struggle. She gonna use that struggle. Let's go ahead and rewind it.
About these issues. I'm not gonna stop talking about healing. I'm not gonna stop talking about the betterment of black people because it's me. I am a black person who endures the struggles and the tribulations that black people endure. I know what it feels like to be marginalized. I know what it feels like to be counted out. I know what that feels like. So I apologize if anybody felt that I was coming at them or felt shame and anger. Those aren't good emotions to feel, and I completely empathize with that. But my message is clear. Please go help yourself. And it would be nice for my personal life to be left out of it. Because at the end of the day, I just want everyone to live safe and prosperous and healthy lives. And you don't have to endure all this shit. Okay. You guys be well.
I got up there crying. Oh, let me see if I can find it. It didn't let me play that. I couldn't find where I wanted to play.
Coming at them or felt shame and anger. It feels like to be counted out. I know what that feels like. Tribulations that Black people endure. I know what it feels like to be marginalized. I know what it feels like to be counted out. I know what that feels.
You're on TikTok, sweetie. You're on TikTok talking shit. You're not being marginalized. Nobody's whipping you. Nobody's oppressing you. Nobody's being racist to you. You're on TikTok, a white man's platform, exercising your First Amendment right.
Feels like. So I apologize if anybody felt that I was coming at them or felt shame and anger.
And she just wants to let you know from the bottom of her heart, she apologized to you. She even apologized to y'all for calling BMs dusty. That's right. We had a BW go on social media with tears coming from her eyes, apologizing to BMs for calling them dusty. Yes, a BW had to humble herself and step to BMs on hands and knees, begging for forgiveness for calling them dusty. A change is a coming, BMs. How you hold them accountable? How you hold them accountable? You get the white man on them, and that white man set this beat straight. But that's enough with the thotty therapist. I'm getting ticked off because my OBS is tripping. I don't know why it's tripping. Look at that, it froze again. I mean, I know why it's freezing. Every time I switch scenes on my OBS, it freezes. So talk about. We got Duke basketball, the Duke volleyball player, I should say. Are you gonna work or not?
Tonight's attendance is 5,507, number one in BYU women's volleyball history.
So kind of explain to us, like, as you're getting ready to serve and as you're playing, kind of what happened next.
At the end of the second set, I had gone back to serve, and, you know, they heckled throughout the entire game. That's just a part of sports. You get used to playing through extreme environments like that. And very distinctly, though, you know, I heard a very strong and negative racial slur. And then the next time I went back to serve, I heard it extremely clear again, but that was the end of the game. And so we switched sides, and I went to a teammate that I'm just super comfortable, super close with, and I told her what had happened, and immediately she was like, all right, let's go tell coach. So she came with me, we told our coaches, and they went to the officials. The officials, we saw them speaking with the BYU staff, and then we were told someone was speaking to the student section, and I was like, all right. So, and that was the end of it. And we played our third set on the opposite side of the net from them. And then the fourth set, when we went back to that side, it was almost as though like the atmosphere of the student section had changed. And even like my teammates who were on the bench, like my black teammates who were on the bench who don't play, like they were being called out, pointed at. It was really confusing as to why. And that's when the racial slurs and heckling, it just grew more extreme, more intense. So I know there's been a lot of people saying, oh, we should have stopped playing. Everyone should have walked off the court. There should have been an immediate protest. But the fact that I saw my teammates and coaches immediately go to the officials right after I told them, like, that was action enough in that moment, and that made me feel seen, that made me feel heard and valued by my team and coaches. So I was like, they've done what they can do on their end, and all we can do is continue to play volleyball.
You've had conversations with the athletic director, Tom Homo, and the coach, Heather Olmstead. What can you share about these conversations and how they are addressing this?
Well, the very next morning, the athletic director came to our hotel because he wanted to speak to me and obviously express how sorry he was for everything that happened. He wasn't at the match that night. I very much so felt heard and felt seen during that conversation. I could feel and I could see like how sorry he was, and honestly shocked that it happened. And I mean, any athletic director, any person running an institution would likely be shocked that something like that could or would happen in 2022. And he ran me through the truth, which is that sadly, he really only has control over BYU athletics, over his athletes in particular, not the entire student body. So not the fans, not the regular students. And that kind of put my mind in an entire different perspective, because we as athletes, we do have access and we do have mandatory training in things like this. We get training on what to do in case of sexual assault, in case of racism, and all types of things that a lot of students, sadly, they aren't trained on, they aren't educated on. So when things like this happen, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to stop it. They don't know how to react.
So this girl right here, she played for Duke University, She had at BYU, they playing a volleyball game. And from what I've been told, from what I've explained, she claims that somebody is yelling racial slurs. I'm assuming it's the N-word. Tells the officials, they go tell staff. The staff addresses the area in which they believe these racial slurs came from, which is from the student section. So there, she's serving on the other side away. So when she comes back, she claims people are pointing. She claims people are pointing at her, and they start doing more racial slurs. But the thing about this story is, the game is televised. People got their cell phones, and everybody in the gym, and by what I mean everybody, the fans, the BYU players, the BYU staff, the Duke players, the Duke University staff, nobody heard anybody chanting racial slurs. The only person who heard said racial slurs being yelled is Rachel Richards. So what they're saying is, hold on, give me 1 second. What they're saying now is that this is a hoax. Another Justin Smollett, blame white people in MAGA hats for putting foreign objects up somebody's anal cavity and beating them up and calling them racial and homophobic slurs, only to find out it didn't happen. Bubba Wallace, there's a noose hanging in my garage, even though Bubba Wallace never seen the news, but he's on TV crying racism. So we bring in the FBI to come investigate said racism, and said noose. It's not a noose, it's a rope in which you grab and pull down to open up the garage door. So you have all these incidents of alleged racism that can't be verified. But you have, the left media, the liberal media, they will take stories like these and they will plaster them on news across their airways. But when you dig deeper, you realize that these said racist remarks never happened. In fact, hold on. You guys know I told y'all to subscribe to GMT Officiating, right? I told y'all to subscribe to GMT Officiating because even GMT, yes, there's N-words being yelled in football games in which I'm officiating and people are crying racism. That's right, they're crying racism, JR. They are crying racism, Jalen, in football games that I referee. Hold on. Let me pull up the tape and let me break it down for you guys. Let me show you what happened. I gotta break down and show you what happened. This is gonna be a good one right here. First play of the game. Let me say that one more time. First play of the game, this happens. Put your earphones on so you be able to hear what happens. So what ended up happening, let me put this. So what ended up happening, first play of the game, the black kid goes deep. First play, he burns the white kid, calls the white kid the N-word. I heard the N-word, but it's 7-on-7 football. It's summertime. It's not, a league sanctioned event. This is supposed to be practice. So I let it go. I let it go because nothing happened. Nobody took offense to it. I let it go. And then we come down. And not even 10 minutes later, this happens. So young man right here, he hubs the player of the other team. No, he weight roomed him and caught the football, scored, and called him a bitch ass nigga. What do you think happens next?
Who am I?
He over there talking trash. Who am I? That boy over there lit. I turned around and I already knew what the coach was going. He gonna come on the football field crying that another player called his player a bitch ass nigga. But the first play of the game, when his team scored a touchdown and called another player the N-word, he didn't have nothing to say. Let's go ahead and roll the tape.
I'm hearing it from both sides. I'll step in now.
It's one-on-one. A man that wasn't talking, getting more handle.
When dude got burnt on the first play, your player is talking trash back to him. But since you said something about it, I'll be on him. Okay? Is that fair, coach?
So I basically said, hey, first play of the game, your player called the other player on the other team an N-word. But now you crying when your players get called the N-word. So what I'm going to do, If somebody calls somebody a name, somebody does something unsportsmanlike, I'm gonna go ahead and just start throwing flags and start throwing people out the game. But let's go ahead and fast forward it a little bit more because they want GMT to do his job.
Hey, young man.
So now I gotta call the young man over and explain to him, you can't be calling people a bitch ass nigga.
So when you score on somebody, you can't call them a bitch ass nigga because they want me to throw you out the game, okay? Alright.
So that was basically the end of that. I think later on in the game, players were talking trash, so I threw a flag and hit them both with unsportsmanlike, which cancels each other out. But this is the stuff GMT got to deal with on the football field. We got one team calling people the N-word. Nobody said nothing. Then somebody on the other team gets some get-back score and calls somebody the N-word. Now we got head coaches coming on the football field crying. But this is something y'all Negroes like to do. So subscribe to the GMT Officiating channel. We got some great content over there. We got people acting the fool on the football field. I got breakdowns. We got GMT Racing. You got to go over to GMT Racing. We're going to get that popping. But now I think I want to talk about, I would want to go further into my channels, but my computer is acting up for some reason. I don't know why this stuff is acting up. I don't know why this computer is acting up. Let's see if we could type this in. Let's see if we could type this in real quick. See if we could pull it up. We had your boy Tyrese. Your boy Tyrese got hit. Your boy Tyrese got hit in court today. We gotta talk about your boy Tyrese because people ain't learning. People are not learning from mistakes. Your boy Tyrese, from what I understand, your boy Tyrese has to pay $10,000 a month in child support. $10,000 a month in child support. He was already paying, I guess he had another daughter in which he's paying $10,000 a month for child support. So he has to pay almost $250,000 a year for child support. We all remember he went viral. No, he was crying on Instagram Live talking about, what more do you want from me? He was having problems with his first baby mama or his first wife. So he divorced that wife and found himself an exotic woman. You know, the thoroughbreds. The racially ambiguity light-skinned woman. You know, the preference, as it's called on black YouTube. He found the preference. What ended up happening? Another divorce, He get put on child support. Now he in the courtroom, and when he in the courtroom, even I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Let's see if this will let me play it. Let's put that thing on 720 so it won't buffer. What happened to your boy?
But they didn't do the finals. But then, their last paragraph says, in closing, we note that on appeal, the mother has articulated how the application of the presumptive child support amount would be inappropriate and how the best interest of the children is served, the two kids, is served by a high income deviation in this case. They just say that the trial court didn't put it in their order. And the last sentence in the trial court says, I love this sentence. To avoid the delay and expense of appeals and proceedings on remand, parties asking trial courts to apply deviations in child support awards should assist busy judges in ensuring that all the written findings necessary to support such deviations have been included.
Boy, I'm telling you, you just gotta love court. You know, you gotta wear a suit. They still put you in COVID masks. I mean, getting married and having kids, it looks fun. You know, you in the courtroom, you got the judge telling you, breaking down how much child support you gonna be paying, how they gonna divvy up the money, how much you gonna be paying your baby mama child support, this, that, and the third. Oh, we gonna break it all down in this video right here. We got Koya L says, LOL, shut up, GMT. We gotta break all of this down. Let's get right to it.
New child support judgment. I think, given the reasons I've just put forth, I don't think the presumptive amount achieves the state goal. I don't think it puts an undue burden on the respondent. And I think it's in the best interest of the child. So, I'm going to order a total amount of $10,690.
Ooh, $10,690. Where is my trusty calculator at? Where is my calculator? I gotta go and calculate that. $10,690 times 12. That's $128,000. 128, 200, whatever. $128,000 this Negro gotta pay because the judge felt whatever agreement that they had before wasn't enough, so he had to step in and make your boy Tyrese pay more. Let's get back to it.
Your child support worksheet, and I should have done this because I would have done it ahead of time. I'm one of those judges that actually uses the website and has people send it to me when I log in, and I can just make the change back there, print it out, and give it to them. And that the opportunity, because I see in this on line 6, line 8 is 1,300. That's Primrose. That's broken down by percentage in line 8. The stipulation is respondent is going to pay his portion directly to child care. So that number is going to have to change. I'm also ordering that father maintain the life insurance, not life insurance, but there's going to be life insurance in the amount of 1.9 million or 2, with the child as the beneficiary of the life insurance policy, and mom listed as the trustee for the benefit of the child. Both parties will pay 50% of any child care or school going forward. That will also maintain.
Oh, that's good, Tyrese. You got you a nice 50-50 split on that child care.
The unpaid medicals will be split 90-10. Now, the lump sum.
Tyrese got to pay 90% of the medical bills? Okay.
I'm going to grant that with some changes. Because it was uncontroverted that mom's been paying all of the child. And going forward, they're both paying half. And you should have paid $10,690 when this started back then. However, I also heard testimony, and this has to do with the cars. Mom is going to sign her car. You know, they're going to execute all the paperwork necessary to transfer the cars they drive into their names.
So you mean the whips that Tyrese bought? You gotta transfer the titles over into their names? You mean they taking the whips? They taking the whips that your boy Tyrese paid for? God damn, I can only imagine. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I can only imagine if I had to get married, you know, and the whips that I was buying, I had to transfer them titles over. I can only imagine the pain that your boy Tyrese could be going to as he's losing all of these whips. And your boy Tyrese, he looked like a Mercedes AMG kind of dude. Hold on, because I know how these dudes get down. I know how these dudes get down. I know how these dudes get down. Let's look at your boy's car collection. That boy got a collection of cars. Let's see if we can pull up the collection of cars. You gotta give up the Jeep. You got a couple of Aston Martins, Bentleys. Maseratis. Let's see what else your boy got. Is that all he got? Is that all he got? I could have sworn he would have more. Oh, the sports car. You gotta come up off them sports cars. You gotta come up off them whips. I'm not sure which whip it is. It's probably the Jeep, and maybe the Maserati. But let's get back to the courtroom, cause your boy gotta come up off them whips.
Both parties will be responsible for the note on the car they drive. Now, I heard testimony that was uncontroversial. The respondent here has been paying for petitioner's car for 2 years to the tune of $2,000 a month, $1,600 and change for the note, and then $300 and change for the insurance. That's $2,000 a month. over 23 months, that's $46,000. He's going to get $46,000 worth of credit off of that lump sum alimony, or the lump sum child support. So where your number was 209,000, about the big calculator.
You gotta love the white man. He got his hands all up in your pockets, all up in your financials, telling you how much money you gonna spend, how much money you gonna get back. I mean, this is what it's like going through a divorce. This is why a lot of dudes are refusing to get married, because they don't want to be in a courtroom with a COVID mask on, with a white man with his hands all up in his pockets.
$9,093 minus $46,000. Gives me a total of $163.93. And I'm glad I heard that, because you should absolutely get that. I wish somebody was in me. $2,000 a month car. So I think that takes care of everything. We got the spousal support issue taken care of. We got the child support forward issue taken care of. I got the lump sum child support taken care of. And I got the cars taken care of. I want the healing to start now. Nobody won here, and nobody lost here. The only person that won is in here. And she looks to be an adorable child. I really
We gotta go ahead and stop. So did y'all hear what the judge said? The judge said nobody won here, nobody lost here. The only person that won is the child. How does a child win when her parents get a divorce? And now we gotta fight and fuss over how the financials get splitted up, who pays what, how much is spousal support, alimony, child support. How does that child win when she's no longer in an intact family? But somehow the child is winning.
And it has the standard language about how you are supposed to, imbue good thoughts and feelings for the other parent in your child. I can't tell you how serious that is. And if one thing comes out of this, you have a very impressionable young human being who right now looks up to both of you. Mr. Gibson, man, I'm talking to you.
He said, Mr. Gibson, I'm talking to you. Don't be looking around. Don't be looking back. Hold on. Let's go ahead and rewind this real quick. It's the first time I seen this video.
Young human being who right now looks up to both of you. Mr. Gibson, man, I'm talking to you.
The white man is talking. You don't get to look this way. You don't get to look with some respect. After he done dug in all your pockets and told you how much money you gonna spend and dictate your financials to you as a grown man, how dare you look away from that white man, Mr. Gibson? He talking to you.
Right now, looks up to both of you. Mr. Gibson, man, I'm talking to you. This is real. Okay? I'm talking about your kid wandering off into space, man.
Imagine you gotta listen to the white man talking about you wandering off in space as he talked to you about your kid. This is what you sign up for when you sign them papers. This is what you sign up for.
I want you both to love your kid, and I want you both to tell your kid to love the other parent. Because that's how we get successful human beings. And then when they go out into relationships, they learn that relationships, even when they don't work, don't have to be dumpster fires. Okay? And I'm not saying this one is. Both your lawyers were very complimentary of both of you. You know, they got on you. Your lawyer got on her. You know, he got on you. They're doing their jobs. And I want you guys to do your jobs going forward and raise a bright, intelligent, young, loving human being. If you do one thing for this world, please do that. Alright? Nobody won here and nobody lost. You know? The kid lost because if she doesn't have her parents together, minimize the effects of that loss. Minimize it in every way, shape, and form you can. Okay? This isn't, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard the argument that, you know, it's an age-old argument. She's spending the money getting her hair done. She's spending the money getting her, you know, hair and nails done. It's all that's for the bedroom child. She'd be getting her hair and nails done with that child in that house.
Dang. So that's it. The white man is telling you Negroes, yeah, the baby mama gonna take that child support money and get her hair and nails done. Because it's in the best interest of that child for her mama to get her hair and nails done, to be in Louis Vuitton, Gucci bags, the finest of linen. Yeah. You guys see the title. This Tyrese ordered to pay $10,000 in child support again. And guess who mad? That's right, the black manosphere is going to be mad because they got up on here day in and day out and told people in this space, these women, they're taking the child support money and they're getting their hair and nails done. They're getting manis and pedicures and buying all this expensive weave, and they're not even feeding children. You just heard the judge say it's perfectly fine for the woman to get her hair and nails done with your child support money. It's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and rewind that. This is a classic right here.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard the argument that, you know, it's an age-old argument. She's spending the money getting her hair done. She's spending the money getting her, you know, hair and nails done. It's all that's for the bedroom child. She'd be getting her hair and nails done with that child in that house. That's how it's going to see. Try and minimize the effect of this split. Part of that is leveling the economic playing field.
Yeah, we are leveling the economic playing field. But we can see right here. Hold on, let me see if I can I pull this up real quick. I got to pull this up. Since we talking about hairs and makeup and nails, manis and petties, we gotta focus in on the lawyer right there. Oh, the lawyer got the fresh set of nails done. You see, we are going to keep black women well kept. That's right. We are going to keep BWs well kept with your child support money. We gonna make sure these BWs have their hair done, their makeup done, manis and pedicures. That's right. They gonna look good with your money. A lot of dudes was upset in the manosphere that women were getting their hair and nails done. We seen these dudes mad about child support, paying for this, paying for that, struggling down on hard times. But you just heard it from the horse's mouth. Deion Davis's Tyrese keeps his lawyer's lace in Gucci. You see? And this is something else, because dudes, they swear up and down they want to change the child support laws. How can you change the child support laws when your team of lawyers are BWs and not BMs fighting to change the child support laws? You see, when this is another problem with you Negroes, because there was a couple of YouTubers who got sued in this space, and they swore up and down that people on their team dropped the ball. They weren't taking care of business. And when they were breaking down the math and who was going to pay what, this, that, and the third, I saw the BWs taking notes. I seen them. They had their pen and paper and they were writing stuff down. I did not see Tyrese have a pen and have his own piece of paper and taking his own notes on his own child support case. So I already know what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna happen. Your boy Tyrese, he gonna get behind on child support. He gonna forget what he had to pay, this, that, and the third, and then he gonna blame his lawyers who happen to be W's, and all of a sudden it's gonna be BW's fault. Even though we all saw Mr. Tyrese Gibson in the courtroom not taking any notes on his own child support case. And I have to listen to all these dudes in the manosphere break down how they were behind on child support because they didn't know, because they didn't get the information, because there was a miscommunication, this, that, and the third. But I know when these Negroes is in the courtroom and the judge is telling the whole courtroom what they supposed to pay, when they supposed to pay it, how they pay it, how the money's going to get divvied up. The court clerk is taking notes. The lawyers is taking notes. Everybody in the courtroom taking notes but the black man. And here we are. We got another court case. Everybody taking notes about Mr. Tyrese Gibson's child support case, but Mr. Tyrese Gibson ain't taking his own notes on his own child support case. So he gonna put all his faith into his lawyers, into them BWs, and we're all human. We all make mistakes, and if those BWs happen to make a mistake, who gonna have to bite the bullet on that one? That's gonna be Mr. Gibson. Koya L comes through 5 on the super chat, says laugh my ass off. But this is what's going on in these courtrooms.
I mean, it's right there. The state has a policy. They believe it's public policy to do this.
It's public policy, Negro. Hold on. Can I talk to the manosphere? It is public policy that your baby mama take that child support money and go get her hair, nails, and makeup done. So if you ever hear a Negro in this space complain about women getting their hair and nails done on child support money, you go to the Tyrese court case. You go to the 10-minute and 30-second mark and you show that Negro it is public policy that they paid to get these women hair, nails, makeup, Gucci bag, cars. You pay for all of that. No excuses. You don't bite your lip. You don't talk back. And it bit not hurt when you pay it too. We not playing with y'all Negroes no more. You out here cheating. You out here being disrespectful to your wife. You're not living up to them wedding vows. This is what you get right here. You get put on child support. A lot of you Negroes don't think. A lot of you Negroes been on child support. There's been dudes in this space. Angry Man, when he was streaming early in his YouTube career, he had a warrant for his arrest for unpaid child support. Got on YouTube complaining about how much money he had to pay on child support, how he was behind on arrears, this, that, and the third. Had all these excuses, got his license suspended, had all these excuses as how he was behind on child support. He never thought about asking the woman who he was hitting it raw, shooting up the club, do you believe in child support? If we have a kid and our relationship goes sour, are you going to put me on child support? Because I don't want to be on child support. And if you believe in child support, you just can't have my kids. We got all these dudes out here. You see a pretty face, a fat ass, nice breasts. She give you that sloppy toppy, and all of a sudden, you done forget logic. You done have a kid with her. You realize she ain't a good woman. Even though she been telling you she ain't a good one. But you get her pregnant anyway. And then you come on YouTube crying. And you trying to wonder why and explain how the child support system is bad. This is how the child support system works. When that woman put you on child support, she gonna take that money and get her hair, nails, and makeup done. No questions asked. It is public policy. Let me play that again.
Done with that child in that house. That child's gonna see you and try and minimize the effect of this split. Part of that is leveling the economic playing field. I mean, it's right there. The state has a policy. They believe it's public policy to do this. This is not a punishment for you, Mr. Gibson. It's not. And you're going to see the dividends it pays in your child. And man, put that money where it belongs. In the child. She's going to be able to go and when she applies for a mortgage and tries to get a loan for a house, you're going to get a better rate and a better loan going in at 210. So she's going to be making about 210 a year versus 275 a month. She's going to be able to go get a better mortgage at a better rate at that, and that's going to be the house that your daughter is going to live in most of the time. That's for her. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrese. We gonna put your baby mama in a big house. We gonna give her a low mortgage rate. Yeah. This is how the child support system works. We are leveling the economic playing field. You gonna have to pay for your baby mama's lifestyle. She gonna get a big house just like you because your kid deserve a big house. You need to invest in your kid by investing in your baby mama. This is public policy. Did these Negroes really think when they got put on child support, the food, the money was just for food, diapers, and clothes? Is that what you need? Is that what you Negroes thought? Is that what you need? Is that what you Negroes thought? Because I knew child support meant you gotta put the mama in a big house, a nice house, because that's where the child is gonna be living at. You can't have the baby mama broke and destitute because that's gonna affect the mental health of the child. So we gotta make sure that the mother is well taken care of. I'm listening to dudes in the manosphere, and it seems like they expected the baby mama to struggle, working a 9-to-5 job, trying to make ends meet. No, that's not how it works in America. That's not how it works in America. I got people in the chat right now trying to tell me they should change the child support laws. They're not going to change the child support law. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's like the NFL changing the rules of football. Instead of a touchdown being worth 7 points, you know what? We're going to make a touchdown be worth 20 points. Field goals, they're going to be worth 5 points. You know what? We're going to change the rules. Instead of 4 downs, we're going to give the offense 8 downs because we want a super high scored game. We're going to change the rules. Instead of playing football with a football, we're going to play football with a baseball. These Negroes really thought they was going to change the child support laws, and they don't even understand. This is why child support exists in the first place, to make sure that the woman, for the most part, is well taken care of, because we gotta level the economic playing field. And it's not a punishment for you Negroes to be paying child support. I understand that some of y'all went through it. Some of y'all had to downgrade your home. Some of y'all had to eat noodles and ketchup, mayonnaise sandwiches. I understand, but we gotta level the economic playing field. It's just how it goes.
Petitioner's gonna be living in that house too. That's fine. Maybe she's got a hustle left. Maybe there's more parenting time available. FaceTime with your kids. There's no amount of money that substitutes that. Because you can't buy time. Once it's gone, it's gone. Spend every minute you can. As you blink, you're 25. Mr. Griffin, you will be writing this. You'll be submitting it to the court. Thank you all very much.
Ask just the lump sum, do you have a date that should be due? I can put it in a blank and you can think about it. I just want to be sure that we address
I'm gonna do? You can leave, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to work it out, and if you can't, then I'll decide it, then you can leave the blanket out for the other.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I'm not trying to stick them with, hey, you gotta come up with X right now.
Right.
Oh, and, I have no, based on the evidence, I found this marriage is irretrievably broken, and I grant petition for divorce.
Thank you.
Where you going, Tyrese? Where you going? That boy jetted out of the courtroom right there. Where you going, Tyrese?
Thank you.
Boy, ain't divorce court fun. Ain't divorce court fun. Ain't it fun? You sit in the courtroom, you listen to somebody dig all into your banking accounts, telling you what you gonna pay, how much money you get to keep, what cars you get to drive and keep. And then he gonna tell you how to raise your kids too. I'm telling you. I tried to tell these dudes, you want to stay, you don't want to put yourself in a position to be on child support. But it's getting late. Unfortunately, we did not get the support we needed. We only got 3 contributors, so looks like we won't be having a panel. Plus, my computer is messing up for some reason. Whenever I change scenes, it messes up. Forgot to restart my computer before the stream. Maybe that will fix it, but it's been doing that for a number of live streams. So I may tomorrow, it may be my last live stream. I'm gonna move to pre-recorded video since I figured out how to make them more smoothly, since I figured out a cheat code. So we're gonna be pushing out content across 3 different channels, so subscribe to them. But y'all know who it is. It is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll.